So yes, Ultimate Valby is coming up here very soon, but I don't think people realize how differently she will actually play compared to the regular Valby. We're going to be talking about some new gameplay changes that will be happening to Ultimate Valby, and this is official stuff. Plus, a big PSA about one of your favorite Descendants. A lot of people don't know this, and a new warning straight from the dev team as well. And this is destroying the endgame for some players. Let's talk about it. And a request to Nexon to completely remove this feature from the game. And yes, we're going to go over your top comments, but check this out right here. So you guys know I've been very busy in the First Descendant chasing the next big thing, and I'll admit it, I do not want to have to cook an entire meal, and buying food can get very expensive. So that's why I wanted to tell you about HelloFresh, a cost-effective, healthy, and easy alternative to those expensive groceries. Instead of waiting in line at the grocery store to ultimately make a mess in your own kitchen, you can just have your food delivered right to you. There's a variety in HelloFresh's meal plans as well. You can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner all covered, and you never have to worry about getting bored. Choose from over 50 weekly recipes and over 100 curated picks from the HelloFresh market. Ingredients travel from the farm to your door so you know they're fresh. So join me right now and don't worry about a messy kitchen. Save time and money. Click that link in the description below and use my code OWGJUL10 and receive 10 free meals plus free appetizers for life while subscription is active if you're in the USA. Outside of the USA, well, the local discount will apply instead. So click that link right now in the description below to get started. And a very special thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. All right, so we're going to start out here. Yes, we got another new tease about Ultimate Valby, this time in her charismatic red. Looking really, really good there. Again, this is going to be releasing a day early. We were expecting it on August 1st, but also here's a good one right here. It says, I'm a strange bunny. What's your title? Comment down below. Here's the top 10 prefixes with top 10 suffixes. We have groundbreaking, explorer, for example, cold knucklehead. Let me know what you guys go with. Post it down in the comments below. I'm actually really, really curious, but let's get into the warnings. All right. So we're going to go over to the official blog here. We have a First Descendant notice. So once again, some new bans have been happening, but why are people being banned? It is because they're using third-party software to cheat and take advantage of the system, and also taking advantage of the storefront in some way, manipulating it to where they get like free items, or they're overusing the refund system, that sort of thing. So yes, again, they're issuing this warning, trying to let people know they are not afraid to ban people if they take this path. But we got to get into some news about Ultimate Valby. So yes, Ultimate Valby is looking really, really good here. But I don't think a lot of people realize that the gameplay is going to be changing for her compared to regular Valby. And I'm wondering your take on this. This is definitely an interesting discussion. And I'm curious to see if the team keeps going in this direction as well. But yeah, let's get into the actual blog post and what is going to be changing for her compared to regular Valby. So it comes down to Ultimate Valby's modification modules. This is where the change comes into play. So we have Spiral Tidal Wave. It's going to be replacing the Bubble Bullet, which was difficult to aim, with a projectile that flies straight. Spiral Tidal Wave attracts the impurities of Gluttony, making it an excellent choice for intercepting Gluttony. More on Gluttony in just a moment, by the way. Hydro Pressure Bomb, instead of Plop Plop, it leaps forward and deals damage to enemies around the landing area. The more enemies in the laundry state, the more powerful the damage, making Hydro Pressure Bomb a strong finishing blow. Instead of diving into the water, leap joyfully forward. So it's pretty interesting to see that they're making some gameplay modifications within the ultimates, as you could see here. So it looks like that's something that we can expect going forward with new characters, new ultimates. And I'm wondering if they're willing to also revisit, our base characters and update those down the road. I think that would be pretty cool if they actually did that. But yes, mentioning Gluttony, we have this right here. If you don't know about it, it says the mutated Devourer type Gluttony is a giant that indulges in void energy. It is equipped with systems to mine void energy and a cooling system to cool the heat generated during this process. To counter Gluttony, you need measures to withstand its cooling performance and the judgment to exploit its greedy temperament, intercept Gluttony, and collect new ultimate weapons and external components. It sounds like Valby is going to be the Descendant to do this job. I should say Ultimate Valby in particular, because I do have some things happening with her gameplay that are going to be suited towards taking on Gluttony. So there's no doubt that players are going to be grinding for Ultimate Valby when this new update drops. And then we have this one, a PSA for Gley players. That orange thing Enzo puts on the ground in front of you isn't ammo. It's actually a big flat 29% crit rate increase until you reload. Okay, let's find out about this. So it says this right here. Everyone should, of course, pick it up, but especially you Gley players that don't need to reload. Either way, it's a good boon to start off the fight. If you see it anywhere during the fight, grab it again. Many of this subreddit already know this, but I see so many players ignoring it, and it wasn't until I was doing special ops with randoms that I realized that many players assume it's ammo because it's from Enzo, and I totally get that. A Gley player couldn't care less for ammo. That's why I want to put it out there, most likely again, since I can't be the first one to push this edit. Should have put this here from the start. Okay, so let's get into it a little bit further. It says the orange pylon grants you an additive 29% firearm critical rate increase, meaning it adds it to your gun's base value before any modifiers from modules and substats take place. If your gun has 0%, you will have 29% after getting this buff. That's a huge buff. It also adds 15% weak point damage increase. Not sure if it's additive or not. So if your base is ×1, you have now times 1.15. These effects will last until you reload or change your gun. After that, you would have to pick up the buff again in order to get them back, making it really good for infinite ammo builds with Gley. Now, when Enzo's little drone pops up by your side, the ability called Perfect Support will grant you a buff with the same name. Now, this buff is much shorter on my Enzo. It's about 11 seconds, but it will add the following for those 11 seconds. Get this: firearm attack increase, amount 20%, firearm critical rate increase 20%, and a reload time modifier plus 10%. These buffs are unfortunately not additive, but work in great synergy with the first buff. So yeah, Enzo and Gley in combo seem like an extremely powerful in-game combo for sure. And then we have this right here. Perfect Support will also supply you with ammo for its duration. I'm positive this is all for all ammo types. Now, also getting lots of questions about Enzo now, so I'm going to add the resources I have been using. So the first link, I'm going to throw these in the description below as well, by the way. So that first link will take you to a well-written in-depth guide on how Enzo works. It's going to be no builds or anything in here, but a good read for people who want to get into that character. Now, the same guide did another thread that is much more build-focused and equally in-depth. Further down in the comments, the Reddit user Palky92 provides a max shield build that requires fairly low investment, about 4 catalysts and 1 activator. And he wanted to also add a video by Nightmare Frames as a good reference for building Enzo. So yeah, you guys can check out that as well. It says, lastly, all his Transcendent mods are farmed via encrypted vaults. Check the in-game menus to see where to find. Supply Firearm Enhancer is from WNG and Vespers. Be sure to find other Enzos to do this with, so you save time grinding for ultimate precision code breakers. My recommendation is to join the official Discord and look and post in the Looking for Group channel. Okay, so if you've been waiting to get into Enzo, this is definitely the time to try him out for sure. I'm definitely going to give it a go myself. I always love these little helpful tips and guides to really get me into a character. Again, one of my favorite characters, just seeing her right now on screen, is definitely Viessa. But I've also been like bouncing around between Viessa, Blair, and of course, yes, Valby. Valby definitely is in the realm of like my top 3 characters for sure. All right, so yes, let's go over this one right here as well. It says, what's killing the game for me personally? Okay. It says, now I love the game. I love the gameplay. I don't mind the grind too much, and they are only making things better by fixing little things at a time. But what I dislike, hate, despise is leaving things unfinished. Even all my characters, whether I like them or not, I tried to level them to 40. But what is killing the game for me and my enjoyment is that when I fully upgrade a character with all symbol modules, I can't just simply flip or change the module around. To try out other builds, I would have to delete the symbol or change it with a cost of crystallization catalyst and re-level again to 40. I have Ultimate Bunny maxed out, Gley maxed out, and Ultimate Viessa maxed out. Woo! But I can't change the build whenever I want or try different builds out if I wanted to mess around with other builds or make my own. I don't like things being unfinished or uncompleted, and right now the characters I love to play just feel never fully completed. and that just exhausts my will to play more. I wanted to eventually complete my other characters too, whether I like them or not, but as of right now, I just don't have the drive to dig a hole and fill it back up over and over again on the same character. At least give me a different hole to dig or fill up. They got a really solid game that can definitely last. My wish is that once you completely upgrade a character, you don't need to re-level or use a catalyst anymore to change builds. I'd rather buy setup 4 and etc. than use a catalyst and re-level all over again. I want to play other characters and complete them too, not just redoing the same character over and over again. This seems to be a fairly big discussion here in the community right now. 177 upvotes. And a reply here. They need a new item to let you change polarities. Should be fairly inexpensive and not grindy, just to promote build experimentation. So that is one thought there. And it says, I think slotting in 10 polarities should just trigger some finished state. Call it optimize or something. That just lets you modify polarities at will. This right here is the solution. Sound off if you agree that this sort of change needs to make it in the game right now. If you're also feeling kind of exhausted by the current system in place. But yeah, the end game, once players get into the end game, they start to get a little bit exhausted by certain things that are cropping up here. Now, there's a feature in the game that we have to talk about yet again, because players are urgently telling Nexon, just remove it completely at this point. Check it out. It says, at this point, how about we just remove the immunity balls completely? And as you can see, they're clear stuck in the ceiling up there. They literally clip through the ceiling. Nobody wants this mechanic. Remove it or replace it with something else. It's the most obnoxious mechanic of all time and completely unfun. Yeah, do you think they should remove it entirely, or do you think there's a way they could make that mechanic fun or evolve it? Sound off in the comments down below. Now, customization, we're going to talk about it because some people are talking about the boys this time around. We got plenty of really cool customization options for the girls in the game, but check it out. It says the boys should get suits. If the girls can get maid outfits, the boys should get fancy suits, butler uniforms. Let me go into battle looking stylish, Nexon. And a reply here, which I think sums it up perfectly. I want to gun down baddies while looking dapper. Let me have my 3-piece suit. I think that would be badass. So, you know, if anything, I think Nexon would definitely take on this request for sure, because it seems like a lot of the community want to see this. All right, so next up we have this. Please, Nexon, stop teleporting me to the outpost that I'm already doing. For real. Nearly 720 upvotes, so it seems like you guys are still enduring the pain of this for sure. All right, so now it's time to go over your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It can end up right here in a future video. So let's see what you guys had to say, shall we? All right, so the first top comment is this one right here. Meanwhile, over at Concord, all our characters look like beige blobs. Okay. Then we have Ultimate Valby is looking good. Hell yes, man. Ultimate Valby got the ultimate cake. Yes, she does. And then we got a feature that is from Warframe. It says the way that the helmet works is that each frame has one of their 4 abilities predefined as their helmet ability, and you break down a copy of the frame so that you can add that ability to other frames. I kind of doubt they will add something like this to the First Descendant anytime soon. That's the kind of feature you add years into the game's life to revitalize the meta. Very good point right there. So the question is, do you guys still want to see something like that? Like if we're years into the game, do you think it would add a lot to the First Descendant? Kind of curious for those of you that come from Warframe. And here we go. It says, I'm still missing 3 crystallization catalysts owed from the side quest reward, despite Nexon claiming they fixed it with patch 103. This is affecting many players, and Nexon is ignoring the issue. There are many posts on the issue, and I've made multiple requests to no avail. Please make a video about this, because Nexon is sweeping it under the rug. I did not know this was happening. This is literally the first time I'm reading about it right now. So yeah, 46 upvotes. Seems like a lot of you guys are going through this, so hopefully Nexon can get on this. But yeah, maybe I can mention it more in the forefront of an upcoming video to get more eyes on it for you. So hopefully I can remember to do that, but I'm going to bring it up right now. So hopefully Nexon can see that. You know, if it is really bothering you right now, go ahead and post in the comments. Let's get some upvotes on it, because I'm sure that Nexon does watch some of these videos, and it seems like they're in tune to the community regarding feedback and that sort of thing. So we'll see what they do. I know they had problems with, beta rewards and stuff, and they ultimately were like, you know what? We're just going to have to give everyone these beta rewards. It's tough to discern who was playing the beta and what have you. So I'm wondering if they're going to eventually do something for everyone. I think that they probably should, if they're struggling to see what's actually going on or something. But anyway, yeah, we also have this one as well. So I hope the servers get fixed personally. I dislike the rubber banding and such. Hope to see it mentioned or fixed soon. It's the only complaint I have. I haven't been going through too much rubber band lately. It's been running pretty smooth. There are some graphical jitters, I guess you would say. But yeah, it seems like some of you are also dealing with rubber banding. So hopefully they can get that addressed. I'm hoping that with each update, we're seeing more stability with the servers, which I think will be the case. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more of the First Descendant. I have you guys covered on this. And also, yes, I'm very excited about some things happening in the future here when it comes to gaming, especially once we get into early fall. I think there's going to be some freaking awesome games dropping. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.